Namaste and welcome to the Tachi Palace World's Strongest Man. We're here on scenic Anna Maria Island getting in some early morning yoga ahead of Heat 2 of this year's competition, which, much like this stuff, will also involve people stretching their muscles and battling to get into a good position. None more so than one Adam Bishop, who after a series of near misses in World's Strongest Man, this year is hell-bent on making it to the grand final.
As a nation, we've always got behind those who, when they're down, dust themselves off. We celebrate those who keep calm and carry on. When an underdog wants to fall away with his tail between his legs, we encourage him to turn back round and bark louder. As an island, we get behind those who aren't afraid to taste bitter defeat year after year, as we know that if their time comes, victory will be all the sweeter. Adam Bishop suffered his biggest heartbreak last year when his ambition of reaching the final 10 was dealt a cruel blow with a playoff defeat. He has returned to World's Strongest Man, full of hope once more. Ahead of Adam is a colossal task. 4 nightmares of men stand in his path, including 3-time finalist Konstantin Janashia, and an American patriot spearheading his own revolution against British hopes, Robert Oberst. The time has come for this underdog to show his biggest bite.
Well, big things about to unfold here in Florida. And Eddie Hall, tell us a little bit about how Adam Bishop looks coming into this year's event.
Well, Bishop's just off the back of Britain's Strongest Man, where he narrowly missed out on the win. In my eyes, he is Britain's Strongest Man, and he's got his best of chances ever.
Okay, he narrowly missed out on a place in the grand final last year with that heartbreaking Atlas Stones playoff against Johan Els. He'll be desperate to avoid the Stones this time around and get first place in automatic qualification. How realistic is that, though?
Yeah, last year the Stones was a death match for the Britons, but this year, I mean, he's got Konstantin Janashia, who's got a 100% track record of making the final, and then you've got Robert Oberst, who's 6'7", about 420 pounds in body weight. You can never underestimate a man that size, so Bishop's really got to pull it out of the bag.
Nice one. Well, you can't beat a bit of spiritual harmony in the morning, but what do you say? Let's see some monster trucks being pulled by big men now, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Proper stuff. It's all about to kick off on the streets of Bradenton with Michelle.
Thanks, James. Right, we have an epic event in store for you now. 12 tonnes of monster action, where our athletes have to pull this hunk of metal down a 22-metre track. It's gonna be exhausting. So limbering up in the commentary booth is Colin Bryce and Danny Wallace.
Thanks, Michelle. So yes, we begin Heat 2 of World's Strongest Man with the monster truck pull. 12 tonnes of metal and rubber. It's the tread on these things, Colin, that provides these 5 men with quite the challenge.
Yeah, plenty of friction anyway, and they're allowed the rope, and that helps them pull it down the 22-metre course. 75 seconds to do it. It's quite a task, I can tell you. They will be burning inside.
Representing
start then
Georgia,
with the Georgian bull,
Janashia.
Janashia. He's always made the grand final since he first appeared a few years ago.
Extraordinarily tough man, Janashia. A man of few words, just gets down to business. Incredibly long-armed, very good deadlifter. He's put on about 15 kilograms since last year. That extra body weight surely good in the truck pull. Though look at this, he's a little offline there. Offline forces isn't great, but somehow he's still doing pretty well.
The last 5 metres of this course is actually uphill, which obviously makes things harder.
Oh, horrible way to end the course. And he's starting to stagger. He doesn't want to slip here now. That would really end his chances of finishing this. It's got to get to the middle of the tyre, that white line.
Well, he's done it. That's a strong performance, 50.41 seconds for Janashia.
The Georgian bull.
He comes from a rugby background, a bit like like Bishop from Britain.
Yes, indeed. But weights is where he really feels at home. He's just so powerful in just about every event.
Representing Iceland, Sigfús Fosdal.
Well, here's Fosdal. A bright man, got a BA in psychology, married to Iceland's strongest woman. One day, who knows? He may have Iceland's strongest baby. He'll shoot out like a cannonball, and he's off! Well, keeping low, keeping that rhythm going. You're right.
Yes, and he'll hear that later. Come on, Sigfús. Here we go. A giant of a man. A bear. Really very powerful. And of course, his size helps here. Big squatter, huge legs. And actually, right now, looking very slick with his technique. No wasted energy. Everything going forward. And a good time, too. 35 seconds. He's no more than 4 or 5 meters from the line now.
It's like a steam tray. He's slipped now, though. Well, this isn't good. Wow. That looks like more than a slip.
That was a yell of pain, and I think he was trying to avoid hurting something as he went down there the second time. Debutant here at World's Strongest Man. Nearly finished the course. 21.2 meters. Let's hope he's okay. Just started to sway from side to side. Yeah, he was avoiding hurting something there, and he's getting help to his feet now by our doctors.
We are being told it is his calf.
The unfortunate Fosdal heads back to the hostel, but 3 more athletes await their chance now. Stahlberg, Bishop and Robert Oberst. All 3 about to dig deep and bury themselves on the streets of Bradenton on World's Strongest Man. Welcome back to the scenic streets of Bradenton, Florida, where among the many colourful sights to see are the giants of our World's Strongest Man Heat 2. Michelle Ackley is with one now.
Thanks, James. Now I'm with our Brit, Adam Bishop. Adam, welcome back. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I've had a good kind of training cycle up to this event, so getting used to the heat out here, but apart from that, yeah, feeling good for the first event.
It's pretty warm, isn't it?
Yeah, it always is out in Worlds, but it's usually the humidity that gets us, but yeah, we're surviving, so.
Now, you've seen some of the monster truck action so far. What's your approach to it?
So you're going to have to attack this pool because it's a very, very hard and heavy pool. The monster truck wheels, obviously large wheels aren't going to roll very well, so it's just going to be like dragging a sled. So every single step, we're just going to have to drive out as hard as we can. That's going to be my approach, is attack, attack, attack. You're
really determined this year, you know, you're gunning for the top spot, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. That's plan A to go through as the leader of the group. Plan B with the stones, I'm not thinking about yet.
Well, we want to see you with a ticket to the final. We're all gunning for you. Best of luck, Adam.
Thank you. Cheers.
Representing
So we move on to the Swede, Stahlberg. In his other life, he's an assistant nurse.
I did not know that.
Well, there you go.
Former power lifter Stahlberg. Very big in the upper body. Great bench presser. Let's see how it translates to truck pulling. Certainly looks like he's been practicing. He's fast feet. Plenty of body weight as well. He's a big guy.
Just listen to that breathing.
In fact, they're all bigger than Adam Bishop in this group. And Bish is about 6'3" and 23, 24 stone. He's dwarfed by these men.
Well, Stahlberg actually started lifting weights to beat the bullies. Hope they're watching. But look at this. Just slowing down now. 50.41 to beat. Wow. Again, the centre of the tire must cross the line. Oh, this is close. Agonisingly close.
Referee there, Darren Sadler with his eye on it. 54.3.
Andreas Stahlberg.
He gave everything there, Stahlberg, in his debut at World's Strongest Man. It's a couple of tough targets here for Bishop to beat, you know. That uphill at the end, this is going to be very hard for the lightest man in the group.
Representing Great Britain, Adam
But he's
Bishop.
got grit, this guy. Just been getting bigger and tougher every time we see him. came so close to qualifying in 2016 and 2018.
I don't know, there's only so much determination and belief in yourself can overcome the mass of two giant monster trucks behind you. That's the truth of the matter. It's simple physics.
You're saying if I don't believe enough, I couldn't do that?
I'm saying that he really wants it, but this is going to be the hardest event for him in this whole group, I think. But he's doing all right, you know.
Look at this. Getting his rhythm, keeping low. Getting encouragement from Stoltman, the elder.
Oh, he's starting to drift offline here. Of course, he's the Harlequin strength and conditioning coach. I'm sure the props are watching, interested to see his driving ability. Oh, it's grinding to a halt.
This is where it gets very, very tough. And once you've stopped, you're not going to start again.
But he's got 75 seconds in which to complete it. Not that I wish 75 seconds of this on him.
How much has he got? So close, come on.
Come on, oh
Oh
no!
no! Well, Adam Bishop, within what, a centimetre? 10 centimetres?
Together from Great Britain, Adam
Goodness
Bishop.
mate. Well, he's a fit fella, Bish. I think most people would be on the ground for a while, and Oberst, well, here
Don't
comes...
change it down. American Monster's up next.
Here comes a monster, a giant man. He'll certainly have the body weight advantage on Bish, who just keeled over at the end. That was it, no more. Couldn't get it moving.
Representing the United
Well, on to
States of
Oberst then.
America.
The prettiest of all the strongmen, he says. He made the grand final in his first attempt. Well, a number of years of not doing that. Finally ended last year when he beat Luke Stoltman in the heats to make a second grand final.
I hadn't been in the finals since my first year. And depending on who you asked, I was a fluke, or I was a flash in the pan, or I just wasn't dedicated enough, or I was made out of glass. You know, everyone had their opinions, and I knew in my heart that I was one of the strongest men in the world. When we lined up going into those stones, I knew what it meant to me. There was nothing that I wasn't willing to do. If I had to pick up that first stone and throw it at Luke, I would have. I knew it couldn't have meant that to him. We were staring each other down before the stones, and I told him, I said, I'm glad your wife has a good seat. Watch me beat you. I said that because I wanted to see in his eyes what he had. And I knew at that moment that he thought he was going to lose, which meant he was going to lose. When I put that last stone up, and I looked over my shoulder, and I saw that he was still struggling with that stone, it was just like relief, you know? As poetic as it would be for me to line up with Bishop and do the stones, another England versus America showdown, I'm still hoping I don't have to do them. But if we get there, then it'll be #2 for USA.
Well, as you can tell, Oberst is a man who makes friends wherever he goes. And he's off.
The sheer size of Oberst, colossal man, 65-inch chest, stands nearly 6'8" tall, and okay, he might be pale in size to these massive monster trucks, but so much bigger than Adam Bishop, and all that body weight being put to good use right now. This is looking very good indeed, though he is staggering a little bit. Maybe his fitness isn't quite there.
He's keeping that rhythm, keeping low. Another man sounding like a steam train. Worth just pointing out again, it's not just a monster truck, it's 2 monster trucks.
Well said, yeah.
Thank you.
8 massive tyres. Oh, we're getting close, within a metre now.
Well, look at this. Amazing effort from Oberst. I think he took it. No, he didn't. Oh, so close. 50.77 seconds. Just behind Janashia. Tantalizingly close.
Robert Oberst.
Just 0.3 of a second there between Obi and the winner of Event 1, Konstantin Janashia. A bad start for Bish, but with 4 more events to come, there's plenty of time for him to do better. Here's the Beast now with the word on what's next.
So Bish and the guys have got the Giants medley. You've got to start with the farmer's walk, 150 kilo each hand for 12 metres. They've got to run down here, slam them down, and they've got to do a 450 kilo yoke. They've got to pick this up, get that balance, take nice steady steps. They don't want to go too fast because if it starts swaying, it's going to throw them really off, really badly. And then the last but not least implement is the 600 kilo yoke. Now, this bad boy makes my back quiver. Jeez. This is going to be a really tough one. They're going to pick this up. They've got to let it stable, because if they don't, it's going to throw them forward or backward. Tiny little baby steps, and get over the line 2.5 meters. First up, we've got Oberst versus Bish. I wish them the best of luck. Over to the commentators.
Thanks, Eddie. So the Giants medley. Thankfully not a set of songs they perform, but instead a series of implements getting heavier and heavier, ending with the giant yoke, 600 kilos.
Representing the
First
United
up then,
States,
OB.
Robert
Robert Oberst. Just confirming that's true.
In the left lane, representing
Up
Great
against
Britain,
Britain's own Adam Bishop. A popular man. We've got a series of surprise messages.
Hey Bish, good luck, world's strongest man. You are the Swiss Army knife of strongman. You have every tool to complete every event and make that final.
Hey Bish, just wanted to send you a quick message, just say good luck today. Ever since we were kids, you've set yourself some pretty impressive goals, and you've smashed your way through it. Always been immensely proud of calling you my friend and the things that you've achieved. Good luck, brother, and I hope to see you soon. Bish bash bosh.
Hi Aunt, it's Mum and Dad here. We just want to say we wish you all the luck at this big competition, the World's Strongest Man. Ever since you were a little boy, you wanted to be in the World's Strongest Man, and here you are in your 4th competition. So, as Pops always tells you before your big competitions,
and as you're in America, kick butt.
Hey babes, good luck at World's Strongest Man. So proud of you. We had a really tough year last year, and you just missed out on the final. I was so gutted for you.
Last year, obviously, it was a tough moment, really, because obviously you train your whole year, you get yourself in great shape. Just missing out on the final on the stones, it kind of really lit a fire in me, and I changed up my training massively. I came to realise that, you know, stones is going to be the most important event that we ever do. So I went away, I started training them every single week. Whenever you kind of get hit with a setback in any sport you do, so it's about how you react to them, and I think that's really kind of the making of a strongman athlete, is how you respond to those disappointments. I'm fantastically gifted to have a good kind of support group around me. I've got my girlfriend Amy who supports, and she gets, you know, what I do. She also does Ironman, so she understands the commitment. The guys at the club, hugely supporting. To have those kind of group of people around me supporting is, you know, fantastic for me, because you can't be an island the whole time. You can't shut yourself off from the rest of the world as much as sometimes you want to. You need to embrace it, and the people around you really supporting you kind of keep you both grounded and make sure you kind of push on to succeed in higher and higher.
Love you so much. Yeah, we'll speak every day, and I know our little dog Lilo will be missing you too. Love you, babes. Bye.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's incredible. Oh man, who organised that?
Well, it was actually me and Lilo, you know, the dog. So they're off, and this is a fast start from both men, neck and neck. Pop that down. Got to be very careful with the positioning here.
Well, this will be a bit of a foot race, but really it's all going to come down to this final 600-kilogram giant monster yoke thing. We've never had anything anywhere near this heavy before, and you only have to carry it to that other white line. I mean, it's a Herculean task. Oof.
Well, look at that from Adam Bishop. That is extraordinary. And Oberst just behind him. So 27.6 seconds for Adam Bishop. Meaning he leads this event.
With a time of 30.77 from the United
Slightly
States,
behind him,
Robert
pretty boy, Robert Oberst.
good to see Bish getting some respect off of Oberst finally. Deserves it. That was brilliant. Timed his energy and drive well.
Representing Sweden, Andreas.
So on to Andreas Stahlberg. Doing his exercises. Taking on, well,
representing Georgia, Konstantin Janashia.
Always here, Konstantin Janashia, keen philatelist.
His opening bit certainly fancied Janashia for it. He led the World's Strongest Man final in Manila in this event, and no, Stahlberg is here to play.
Well, this is, you know, wonderful but surprising. But look, Janashia now storming ahead onto the giant yoke, 600 kilos on those shoulders.
This is what it's all down to. Leg power, he's got another metre and a half to go, 27.6 to beat.
One more little push from Janashia, and he's done it. Not quick enough to beat Adam Bishop, so Adam Bishop takes this event. Stahlberg still struggling.
Yeah, the time stops when those two silver prongs cross the white line, and Stahlberg's getting a little closer with each and every nudge.
Well, he manages it, completes the course. 47.04 for Stahlberg.
Well, I'm not sure Stahlberg absolutely had the right game plan there. He went a little too hard in the farmer's walk. I mean, Janashia is just about the best in the world at that. And he probably spent a little too much energy too early, but Janashia takes second behind Bishop. Well-timed spurts of energy.
The winner of Group 2 of the Giants Medley.
Well, he's back again, and he means business. Adam Bishop wins the Giants Medley.
Adam Bishop sending a message of his own there, and it says, I'm back. 5 valuable points for the Brit, while Janashia pips Obi to second place behind him. That moves Adam up 2 spots now in the overall standings. He's tied with Oberst, 2 points behind Janashia, and with Stahlberg still within striking distance, this group's a tight one. Well, next up, the men of Heat 2 head to the beach. Awaiting them there, the dreaded deadlift. That's coming up on World's Strongest Man. Welcome back, everyone, to World's Strongest Man in Florida. Eddie, let's have a quick word about Adam Bishop. Wasn't the best of starts there in the truck pull. What happened?
No, it only takes one bad pull or one misplaced foot and it can slow the truck down, and then towards the end of the course where it's a little bit of uphill, the truck stops dead, and that's why he didn't finish.
OK, it was a dramatic finish between Janashia and Oberst, with the Georgian taking maximum points. The good news for Adam, though, is that he picked things up in the next event, literally winning the Giants Medley ahead of Janashia.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Bish is an absolutely phenomenal athlete, very fast, very powerful. He sprinted with them farmers, lifted that yoke no problem, and then that 600-kilo yoke at the end wasn't a problem at all. I'm really impressed with Bish, very strong back.
That win puts him 2 points behind Janashia in the standings, with the deadlift coming up next, and that's a good event for him.
It is, yeah. 2 years ago, when I was the deadlift world champion, he matched me rep for rep, World's Strongest Man, so deadlift is not a weak point for him anymore.
Excellent. Well, let's see if he can get his warrior pose on over at Cookina Beach, where Colin and Danny await.
Thank you, James. Enjoy the beach. So it's Heat 2 of World's Strongest Man, and we're on to the deadlift. This year we're using 2 Monster Jam Speedsters. Lift them as many times as you can in 60 seconds. First up was Robert Oberst. And when he'd stopped glamorously shaking his beard, he managed 1 rep. After him, Stahlberg. Managed 6. So he's the guy to beat right now. And this could be the guy to do it. Holds the world record for 5 reps at 400-kilo weight.
Yes, indeed. He won the World Deadlift Championships when it was hosted for repetitions. And he managed to tie JF Caron. He is just a machine. He doesn't tire. Very long-armed, which, of course, is great in deadlift. We're talking some 59 stone in weight is what he's lifting.
Well, look at this. 6 already. This is his favourite event.
But he's going to have to go for it. Bishop following him is a massive advantage for Bishop. because he knows Bish is a great deadlifter, a great repetition deadlifter as well. So I would guess at least another couple reps here is what he'll be gunning for. Time, 20 seconds.
Yeah, he can certainly manage another one. Can we hit double figures?
Not bad recovery at all.
Well, 9 reps. That must be it. What? 10?
Unbelievable, I can't believe it.
I'm not sure where he found the time there. Did he use the bounce?
I think he did, you know. I mean, it's a grey area. Well done for him. He got away with it if he did. Jeez, 11 reps to beat him now. That's a brutal task.
Well, you can see why it's his favourite event. That's not sweat, I hope. I'm assuming a bottle of water is involved somewhere.
Representing Great Britain, Adam Bishop.
Wow. I mean, that's quite a gauntlet to throw down for Adam Bishop. He has turned this event into one of his very best.
He's great at it. There's no doubt about it. Janashi's got a keen eye on this. He knows if, well, just about anyone else in the entire World's Strongest Man lineup was to beat him, it would probably be Bish. He's so fit, and let's not forget the heat and humidity as well. Over 30 degrees today. Looking solid at the moment, Bish.
He's attacking this, slowing down incrementally.
I love his technique. Feet very close together, everything just perfectly aligned.
He could do, he's going to do this, isn't he?
He is going to do this quite comfortably as well.
30 seconds left to go. Just one more is fine.
He said he went away and did his homework, Danny. Boy, oh boy, this is tremendous.
Well, look at that. He's done it. Does he know he's done it? Now he knows he's done it. Well, just an amazing performance there from Adam Bishop. The gauntlet was thrown down. He picked the gauntlet up, set fire to it, then threw it back in Janashia's face.
I think Janashia will have to doff his cap to the better man there. Back-to-back wins for Bish as well. Well, he may well go through after 4 events as the leader to the grand final.
Bish, another epic performance. Not only did you smash the 600-kilogram monster yoke, 11 reps on the deadlift. Absolutely astonishing.
Yeah, I'm kind of known for my deadlift strength, so I had to really put in a big performance here today. That last rep nearly got me, and I thought my soul was going to leave my body on that last one, but managed to get it in and get the win.
So overall, you're just 1 point behind Janashia going into the 4th round. You are on fire this year, on top form. You want a place in this final, don't you?
100%. I'm here for retribution after last year's missed final, so we're going to go and get it.
Well, fingers crossed. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bish.
Back-to-back wins for Adam Bishop with a blistering 11 reps. His rival for top spot, Janashia, the only man to come close. Robert Oberst with just 1 rep in what's traditionally a difficult event for the giant American. Adam thus putting some daylight between himself and one of his beardy rivals and closing to just a point behind the other. With 1 event now to decide who goes straight through and who gets the playoff places, Michelle is back at Coquina Beach.
Thanks, James. Coming up next, it's the overhead press, where Bish and the guys have to lift a mighty 155 kilograms. There's all to play for in this round. The guys are going to be going head to head. Before all that, though, let's take a little breather and lift ourselves up with some of the best overhead moments from over the years. Come on, Dad. Hold it. Oh.
Does. Oh, unbelievable strength. He lifts it like a toothpick. It's going aloft. Now he's got it. How does he feel about that one? And that is unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, she just makes it look so easy.
making that look so easy. So the overhead press then, 75 seconds to lift this as many times as you can. This then is Stolberg. Well, it's really his last chance to get into the playoff.
Representing the United States.
Up against Oberst, who is third after 3 events.
This is a great event for the big American.
And his twin.
Take a grip.
Yes, indeed.
Ready.
Great presser, Oberst. He really is. He's a tall man, but it doesn't hinder him at all. Massive chest. And, well, Stolberg, he's also a good presser. Comes from powerlifting. I'm not sure he can hang with Oberst, though.
Let's not write him off yet. He's doing pretty well to keep up.
Oh, Oberst, he's standing up, taking his hands off the log every time. Interesting tactics. It's not great for big numbers, though.
It's a much more measured approach than we're used to seeing here.
Well, I imagine he's thinking, okay, Bishop, Janashia, they're simply not as good at overhead as he is. So he's probably calculated if he stays a rep or so ahead of Stolberg, he may well have done enough.
1 minute now. I wonder if Oberst can find it in him to give us one more. Stolberg manages his 5th.
Yeah, still a few seconds left. He's considering it.
Sometimes it's better to just shout at the crowd.
Well, the time matters. I think it was just over a minute or thereabouts for his 6 reps, and we'll see what Janashia and Bishop can do in a second.
With 5 repetitions in the overhead press, Andreas Stolberg.
So 5 reps then for Stolberg. But Oberst,
And your current leader in
setting the
Group
pace
2
for the time being
with 6 repetitions,
with his 6.
representing the United States.
So he's definitely in the playoffs.
Oberst.
I mean, he could win if Janashia just decides to take a day off.
Yes, I mean, it would take Janashia to do 0 reps and get 0 points, but he's certainly done enough to get into the stone off, which will potentially get him into the grand final. Strong and pretty fans.
Representing Great Britain, Adam Bishop.
So Adam Bishop then.
And this is crunch time, Danny.
Representing Georgia, Konstantin Janashia.
The sheer brute strength of the Georgian bull. I hope they know each other.
Take a grip.
Well, Janashia, 3 attempts at World's Strongest Man, 3 grand finals already. He knows what he's got to do. If he can stay ahead of Bishop, he's got his 1 rep. Certainly looks solid at the moment. He's got that Olympic lifting background. Helps with the overhead events. And what happened to Bish there? A little off balance. I think he's done enough to get into the playoff, and he's going to take that perhaps. Aha, yes, Janashia, keep an eye on him. Janashia walks off, he does 4 reps, then he gets it. Well, Janashia's going to celebrate with 1 more just to make sure.
That should do it.
15 seconds, go for it, Adam, he says. Well, for both of these men, the job's done. Bishop's going to go to the playoff. Janashia, he's off to the grand final again. 15 seconds, this is now just for show.
Okay, so well, why not? Gave the crowd what they wanted. Oh,
pretty easy.
hang on.
Hang on a second. Don't hurt yourself. Whoa!
Well, that's very impressive from Janashia there. I thought he was fine with 3. He doubled it.
Get a little workout in while you're here at the beach, you know. Pump the guns up.
In Group 2 with 1 repetition on the log
So Adam
overhead
Bishop
press. Adam
did enough
Bishop.
just to secure his place in the playoff.
That's it.
With
Comes down to the
6
stones then.
repetitions
Him and
in the
Oberst.
overhead log press, Konstantin Janashia.
And the next time we'll see him will be in the final. Apart from in this slow motion replay.
Cold and calculated from Bish. He's all smiles, but he knows he's in the stone off.
Bish not trying overly hard in the overhead. While he conserved energy, Robert Oberst takes his first event win to hold off the challenge of Starberg and Janashia, who looked like he still had plenty in the tank. So once again, Bishop must face a playoff to reach the grand final, and it's against Oberst, the man who delights in destroying British hopes. Meanwhile, Janashia safely top, and he's with Michelle now.
Well, Konstantin, your perfect record of reaching the final continues. It remains intact. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. And 4 times I am for final now. I'm very happy.
Very happy. Well, congratulations. I look forward to seeing you in the final. Well done.
Thank you.
While the big man catches his breath, 2 more strongmen face one last test to join him in the final. On the sands of Manatee Beach, it's another UK v USA showdown, next on the Tachi Palace World's Strongest Man. Welcome back to the beautiful west coast of Florida, where the tranquil atmosphere is about to be shattered by an all-or-nothing duel for a place in this year's grand final. It's Bish versus Obi, and Eddie Hall is with Adam Bishop now.
First up in the stones, going to make his try for the final is Adam Bishop. You're up against the brute Robert Oberst, who's a good stone lifter, and he's also got the height as well. He's 6'8". You feeling confident?
Yeah, I'm feeling like my conditioning is pretty on point at the moment, so it's going to be a conditioning thing with a 180 stone, so I'm just going to keep repping it until he falls over in the dirt.
Of all the guys, all the Brits, I think every time I see you compete, you're the most improved. So what do you do in training that's different to the others? You better recovery, you just training harder or what?
I just go away and try and learn from my mistakes. There's been a few of them, and I try and improve a little bit on every single lift throughout the year, and it's just that consistency in training that you really need to keep pushing on.
Wow, well, it's showing. Well, good luck, man.
Cheers, man. Thanks, Eddie.
Over to the commentators.
Well, thanks, Eddie, and yes, this is last man standing. Bishop's been here before. It's all about redemption for him, whereas Oberst wants to crush another Brit. Very simple, you pass this stone back and forth until one man can't do it any longer. 180 kilos, about 400 pounds. It's the same as passing a well-fed baby killer whale back and forth between 2 men, or a small giraffe.
Presumably weight-wise.
Yes, yeah.
Rather than shape-wise.
Yeah, not in terms of emotion.
Now then, Bishop must go first. They were second equal after 4 events, but Bish, in the tie-break event, which was the log, did not do as well. So Oberst now with that slight advantage. He just has to get the stone back again. It's like a giant game of hot potato. Oof, that was a bit mean.
It was a little mean. Each man only has 20 seconds to get that stone up and over the bar again.
And you can't actually throw it over that white line. It's got to land inside the box. He was right on the line there, Oberst, but did you see he walked off and grabbed his bicep?
Oh dear.
Biceps gone.
His bicep's gone, he says.
That's it. Well, the stone's gone backwards and forwards once, so this contest has happened. Bish is your winner.
And this is how it happened. This is the moment we saw Oberst lob it towards Bish, but look, he knows something's happened. Maybe that's why he lobbed it.
Yes, perhaps a last roll of the dice from Oberst there, hoping that maybe Bish would fumble it and fail to get it back within the 20-second period, but there you go.
And with the return of that stone, well, he's exercised a few demons.
Qualifying for the 2019 Tachi Palace World's Strongest Man Final, representing Great Britain, Adam Bishop.
It's been a tough few years for Adam Bishop. But it's over now.
I think that felt pretty good, you know. After what happened last year, Danny, 2018, he got caught in the same situation and came up short. went away, worked very hard at his stones. He knew this was the crucial event. He hoped he didn't have to put it into play, but once again he was in the sudden death stone off. Well, Bish will go on to the grand final, finally.
Adam Bishop, you are a 2019 Strongman finalist. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, after kind of 2 close calls in the last couple of years, 2016 missing out by 1.5 points, 2018 coming in great shape and getting an injury and just missing out on the stone off with Els, it means the world to me. 3rd time lucky and I'm in that final.
The Brits are doing really well, aren't we? I mean, we've already got Luke Stoltman in the final, you as well. Things are looking up.
Yeah, the standard of strongman in Britain just gets stronger and stronger. We've got great strength and depth. We've got guys below kind of the top 5 really snapping our heels, so it really drives us all forward to push our strength on and get better and better.
You have really come to this competition raring to go, so determined. What's the strategy for the actual final?
So, only half the job's done. We've got another 5 events to go and, I'll refocus tonight. I've been working with a sports psychologist over the last couple of months and we're just going to go through our kind of key focus on each event and rebuild from there.
And you've got a message, haven't you, for your friends and family back home?
Yeah, so I got a great message from back home. So thank you so much, guys, for all your support. We finally got to the final after kind of years of being a grumpy so-and-so at home. I'm kind of there and next job is to get as high as I can on that table at World's Strongest Man. Thank you so much.
You saw it there. He's happy again. Thank you, Adam.
Beaming Adam Bishop taking his place in the grand final alongside Konstantin Janashia. And with Luke Stoltman already through from Heat 1, we're assembling a strong British contingent to challenge for ultimate honours there. Well, excellent work from Bish, and while Eddie does pretty sterling efforts there on his downward-facing dog, a quick look forward for us reveals that we've got some exciting names coming up in Heat 3 of this year's competition, including the Dragon, the Albatross, and the smiling former Russian Marine, like Shivlyakov, Martins Lissis, and Tom Stoltman, of course. That's all coming up next time on Channel 5. For now, from Eddie and I, that's it. Come on, Eddie, we'll see you soon.
James? James?